Welcome to SIC SIPs. Hello. Well,
this is video number 2 in our Obstruction Investigation series.
3, actually.
3. This is video number 3 in our Obstruction Investigation series. And we want to talk about system design and real life conditions that are identified through the obstruction investigation process. So Sid, do you want to start us off?
Yeah, so really what we're looking at is when doing these obstruction investigations, and really this is particularly, I'd say at least for Sonic and our experience, where we're sharing mainly from. So, you know, you can always reach out to your fire contractor, hear their experience and stuff like that. We'll tell you what we have heard, what we have seen, but we're also going to be really speaking about the Sonic process in this time frame, which is when we're going through these assessments, we're assessing every 20 feet when doing an obstruction investigation for the whole system. Typically it takes us anywhere from 2 to 3 days to finish the system. And then from there, we're really coming back to you with a roadmap to identify what needs to be strategically and surgically replaced within your system to really focus on long-term sustainable solutions for you, as well as, you know, maximizing the dollar.
Right. Well, because what we've noticed, and I'm sure that if you're a building owner or operator or even contractor out there, you've seen this too. Sometimes an issue is found. Let's say it's a pinhole leak, and they go, "Oh man, your system's bad." And they go and do an obstruction investigation. They open maybe like one end of the main or 2 ends of the main and a couple of branch lines. And they go, "Man, you got to replace your whole system," and that's neither sustainable nor budget friendly.
No,
so
not at all.
What has happened frequently in our experience is we've been called by companies that have been given a bid for replacement and said, "Hey, can you give me a second opinion?" And we'll come out. We'll spend, like Sid said, 2 or 3 days doing our assessment for every 20 feet.
And that's for the single system,
per system,
not the whole building. Obviously, most of the time we're not being called out for whole building assessments. It's, hey, we have a specific issue with this system that we need solved.
So then we'll come out, we'll provide them basically what Sid said, a map of your whole system. Not every individual branch line. We usually do every other representative amount, whatever that looks like for your particular building. And then with that, you now have the power to go back and say, all right, contractor, we're going to do these sections or this amount of replacement and upgrade. And typically what we've seen as a company is like 70 to 80% of your system is in great shape.
Fantastic shape.
Great shape. You only really need to focus on that 20% that either due to something that got into the system, or more often it's a design flaw where you've got high-end branch lines coming off the top of the main that are just trapped air pockets everywhere, and they're just going to be pinhole leaking all the time. Something like that is what we've identified. It's a design flaw that leads to your problems.
Well, and even like a project we've recently done, well, not even recently, a project that comes to my mind is we did this project in California where when we were scanning, what we realized is that as the main and the cross main came into this one area, it ended up dropping about 6 inches down on both east and west side of the building, and then it went around the whole area, kind of like outer edge. But then for all the branch lines connected to that cross main, it jumped up 6 inches and then ran the branch lines. So what we noticed was there was this design flaw, because it's a dry system. When they had all the water that was drained down from commissioning, or they're doing their 3-year trip test or anything like that, all that water was just sitting
in their cross main
and causing it to erode and start pinhole leaking and all this stuff. And so we noticed that design flaw and actually said, why don't you guys have a low point drain on this? And that led to needing that whole cross main replaced, but then it also led to, hey, let's fix this and add a drain in, or not have the 6-inch drop down or rise up from to the branch lines for the A-frame. You know, like, let's come up with a better solution to, again, create a long-term sustainable solution for this system. And so, you know, that's what we've noticed in the field is when it comes to obstruction investigations, the whole goal of it should create a long-term sustainable solution for you, the building owner, the facility manager, to manage that building or that system and take it another 30 years into the future. Typically, when we're called out for these obstruction investigations, it's because you, the viewer, potentially has been told to replace your whole system. Or you, the fire contractor, have had an end user say, hey, replace your whole, we want to replace our whole system. You're like, I don't want to replace your whole system. We've had it happen on both sides. And so, and what that does is it doesn't create, you know, a sustainable future which is what we're going to hit on our next video.
Yeah.
And so thank you guys for joining. We hope that you found this educational regarding design and real life condition assessments, which is what Sonic is known for. We're known for a real life, real time condition assessment, to help you, prolong the system life.
Yeah, manage your system.
Pretty cool.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you next week.
Thank you. See ya.